Ever wonder why some people can command a room without saying a single word? Or why your perfectly crafted presentation sometimes falls flat, even when your ideas are solid? It's not the content. It's not the delivery. It's the silent language we all speak, but almost no one truly understands. Imagine being able to walk into any meeting, negotiation, or presentation and instantly project confidence, read the room, and know exactly what someone is thinking even when their words say otherwise. What if you could decode the signals people reveal unconsciously, and use your own body language to influence outcomes before the conversation even begins? Most professionals miss these cues every single day, and it costs them opportunities, authority, and trust. But today that changes. In this video, you're going to learn how to decode body language like a pro, control your own nonverbal signals with precision, and elevate your communication to a level that gives you a real advantage in business. This isn't just about understanding others, it's about mastering the invisible skills that top leaders, negotiators, and high-level communicators use to succeed. Chapter 1: The Silent Language of Power. Before you ever open your mouth, before your words even have a chance to land, you've already communicated everything people need to know about you. Your confidence, your energy, your intentions, your authority. All through body language, the silent, subconscious language that shapes nearly every business interaction you'll ever have. And here's the part most people never realize. Backhand index pointing right up to 93% of communication is nonverbal, meaning the real conversation happens long before the actual conversation begins. The hidden influence you didn't know you had. Think about the last time you walked into a meeting room. Did you notice who people glanced at first? Who seemed relaxed? Who looked tense? Who instantly appeared like the person in charge, even without speaking? These observations weren't random. Your brain was reading a constant flow of nonverbal signals. How someone sits, where they look, the openness of their posture, the tension in their jaw, the direction of their feet, even the rhythm of their breathing. You interpret these cues instantly, automatically, without effort. And the people around you? They're doing the exact same thing, scanning you. This is why two people with the same qualification can walk into the same room and get completely different reactions. One commands respect the moment they enter. The other fades into the background. Same skills, same words, different silent language. Real business examples. The silent wins and losses. Picture this. Backhand index pointing right scenario 1. The slumped negotiator. A person enters a negotiation leaning forward, shoulders rounded, eyes flicking around the room. Before they speak, the other party senses uncertainty. The power dynamic is already set, and they haven't said a word. Backhand index pointing right scenario 2. The open presenter. Another steps into a presentation with an upright posture, shoulders back, chin parallel to the ground. They scan the room slowly, connecting with people's gaze. Even before the slideshow starts, the audience is more engaged, trusting, and ready to listen. Backhand index pointing right scenario 3. The silent leader. In a group discussion, one person leans back slightly, relaxed, hands visible, nodding occasionally. They speak the least, but somehow have the most authority. Their body language communicates calm confidence, not noise. Why body language is your unfair advantage? In a world where everyone is trying to talk louder, explain more, and sound smarter, the real winners are the ones who learn how to communicate without speaking. Mastering body language gives you the ability to influence perception instantly, gain trust faster, lead without forcing authority, navigate meetings and negotiations with precision, detect hidden emotions in others, avoid being manipulated by deceptive cues, make people feel heard, valued, and understood. This chapter sets the foundation for everything that comes next. Before we dive into the techniques, tactics, and real-world applications, you must understand this. Backhand index pointing right body language is not just communication, it's strategy. And once you learn to use that strategy intentionally, you gain a powerful advantage in every room you enter. Chapter 2: Decoding Common Business Gestures. The signals that reveal everything. If Chapter 1 opened your eyes to the power of body language, then Chapter 2 shows you the blueprint behind it. The patterns, microsignals, and subtle gestures that reveal what people are really thinking, even when they don't want you to know. In business, these cues can help you. Spot hesitation before someone speaks. Detect hidden enthusiasm during negotiations. Know when a client is losing interest. Identify deception or uncertainty. Understand team members on a deeper level. Steer conversations with strategic precision. This chapter will turn you into someone who sees what's actually happening beneath the surface, the true intentions, emotions, and mental states of the people in front of you. Let's break down the most important gestures one by one. Magnifying glass tilted left, the foundation. How to read body language accurately. Before decoding anything, understand this. Backhand index pointing right, no single gesture reveals the truth. It's all about clusters and context. A crossed arm could mean someone is cold. A lack of eye contact could mean someone is thinking. Tapping fingers could mean they're impatient or simply distracted. The magic is in patterns. When you combine posture, expression, hand gestures, facial reactions, eye movement, breathing, tone shifts, microexpressions, you get a reliable, almost X-ray vision-like understanding of what the person is truly experiencing. Now let's decode the most important business gestures. Handshake. The handshake, the first power exchange. The handshake is often your first major nonverbal communication moment in business. Keycap 1. The dominant handshake, palm down. The person's palm is slightly over yours. This subtly signals, I'm in control. I want the upper hand. I'm the leader here. This posture often comes from executives, experienced negotiators, and high dominance personalities. Keycap 2. The submissive handshake, palm up. Their palm rotates under yours, exposing vulnerability. It indicates cooperation, deference, a willingness to follow. Not necessarily weak, but not trying to take the lead. Keycap 3. The equal handshake, vertical palms. This is the most professional, respectful handshake. Signals balance, mutual respect, equal footing. In high-level business, this is the handshake you want. Eye contact, the window into confidence and intent. Eye contact is one of the most powerful nonverbal signals in existence. Heavy checkmark. Strong, steady eye contact without staring. This signals confidence, honesty, engagement, respect. It also activates trust, scientifically proven. Crossmark. Too little eye contact may reveal nervousness, lack of interest, deception, sometimes discomfort. Crossmark. Too intense eye contact, staring, signals aggression, dominance, manipulation, attempt to intimidate. The sweet spot? Hold eye contact for 3 to 5 seconds at a time. Neutral face. Microexpressions, the truth people can't hide. Microexpressions last less than half a second and reveal genuine emotion before someone masks it. Here are the 7 universal ones. 1. Fear. Eyes widen, eyebrows lift, often seen when someone doubts a proposal. 2. Disgust. Upper lip curls, nose wrinkles, can appear when a price is too high or an idea feels wrong. 3. Contempt. One side of the mouth lifts, the strongest negative gesture in negotiations. 4. Surprise. Eyebrows shoot up, eyes widen, happens when presented with unexpected information. 5. Happiness. Real happiness wrinkles the eyes, fake happiness does not. 6. Anger. Brows lower, jaw tightens, often during disagreements. 7. Sadness. Inner eyebrows raise, rare in business but sometimes seen during hard conversations. These expressions are involuntary. They are the closest thing to someone's truth. Raising hands and arms. Openness versus defensiveness. Heavy checkmark, open palms. Signals honesty and openness. Excellent for presentations, sales calls, and leadership. Crossmark. Closed arms / crossed arms. This gesture is often misunderstood. Can mean defensiveness, discomfort, disagreement, creating emotional distance. But sometimes, they're just cold. Remember, cluster, not single cue. Heavy checkmark. Hands steepling, fingertips touched. A classic confidence gesture used by CEOs, lawyers, and negotiators. It conveys expertise, certainty, authority. Crossmark. Hidden hands. When people hide their hands in pockets or under the table, it signals insecurity, lack of openness, discomfort. Humans instinctively trust visible hands. Foot, feet, and legs, the forgotten truth tellers. People control their face, but they rarely control their feet. Heavy checkmark. Feet pointing toward you. Engagement, interest, positive reception. Crossmark. Feet pointing away. Disinterest, desire to exit the conversation. Hidden discomfort. Leg crossed away from you. Closed off. Not aligned. Possibly resistant. Feet don't lie. Chair posture in meetings. The deal maker or breaker. Heavy check mark. Upright, relaxed, open posture. Signals. Confidence. Clarity. Leadership presence. Cross mark. Leaning too far back. Signals. Disinterest. Arrogance. Disengagement. Cross mark. Leaning too far forward. Signals. Neediness. Pressure. Insecurity. Aim for a balanced, open, relaxed posture. Memo. Reading the room. Group dynamics. In team meetings or negotiations, notice who people look at before speaking. That's the true leader. Who mirrors whose body language. Mirroring equals trust. Who leans in when certain people talk. Indicates respect or interest. Who closes off when certain topics arise. Reveals hidden conflicts or concerns. Direct hit. Why this matters in business. When you understand these signals, you can immediately detect real versus fake interest, agreement versus internal resistance, confidence versus insecurity, readiness to sign versus hesitation, honesty versus deception, leadership versus follower behavior. You'll walk into any room and instantly understand. Heavy check mark. Who's aligned. Heavy check mark. Who's resisting. Heavy check mark. Who's comfortable. Heavy check mark. Who feels threatened. Heavy check mark. Who's ready to be influenced. Heavy check mark. Whose mind you've already won. Body language doesn't just help you communicate better, it helps you think better about people. Chapter 4. Projecting Authority and Confidence. How to use your body to command respect, build trust, and influence any room you walk into. Authority isn't just something you say, it's something you radiate. Long before you introduce yourself, your body has already spoken for you. It's told people whether you're confident or insecure, prepared or overwhelmed, in control or merely reacting. And in high-stakes business settings, presentations, negotiations, interviews, leadership meetings, your body language becomes your first and strongest business card. This chapter will show you exactly how to project presence, command attention, and build trust through intentional nonverbal communication. We'll break down the physical behaviors that instantly elevate your influence, and the ones that secretly sabotage it. 1. The art of the power pose, the internal shift that changes everything. Power poses are not about looking intimidating or trying too hard. They are about sending signals to your own brain. Research shows that expansive, open postures can elevate confidence and reduce stress. When your body expands, your mind follows. Here's how to use it effectively in business. Heavy check mark before a meeting or presentation. Stand tall, feet shoulder width apart. Lift your chest slightly, relax the shoulders, and open your stance. Breathe deeply, expanding your rib cage. Just 2 minutes can lower anxiety, boost confidence, improve decision-making clarity. You aren't posing for others, you're priming your mind for peak performance. Crossmark what to avoid. Collapsing inward, hugging your arms around yourself, hunching over your phone, fidgeting or pacing. These send your brain into threat mode and weaken your presence before you even begin. 2. Eye contact mastery, confidence without intimidation. Eye contact is one of the strongest signals of trust and authority. But too much feels aggressive, and too little looks insecure. Here's the perfect business strategy. Heavy check mark the 60-40 rule. Maintain eye contact 60% of the time while speaking, and 40% while listening. This balance makes you appear confident, engaged, trustworthy, assertive but not domineering. Heavy check mark. Use triangular eye contact. Instead of staring directly into someone's eyes non-stop, move your gaze between left eye, right eye, ma. This creates natural, comfortable engagement without intensity. Heavy check mark in group meetings. Shift your eye contact slowly from person to person. This makes everyone feel included, and it subtly positions you as the leader in the room. 3. The power of stillness, why movement controls perception. People often think confidence means being animated. But in business, excessive movement signals nervousness. True authority often shows up as controlled stillness. Heavy check mark. When you speak, be intentional. Plant your feet, no swaying. Use slow, deliberate gestures. Pause before making key points. Pauses create gravity. They also show you're confident enough not to rush. Heavy check mark. When you listen, be grounded. Keep your torso still. Nod slowly to show understanding. Lean slightly forward to signal engagement. Stillness amplifies your presence, makes people lean in. It turns your message into something worth paying attention to. 4. Strategic use of space, proxemics that signal leadership. Where you position yourself in a room influences how people perceive your authority, even before you speak. Heavy checkmark: take the leader's space. Whenever appropriate, sit or stand where you have the clearest view of the room. Position yourself near the center of group discussions. In presentations, stand slightly to one side of the screen, never hiding behind it. Heavy checkmark: control your personal space. Small movements that reduce your space, crossing arms, shrinking in, communicate uncertainty. Expansive gestures, without exaggeration, signal confidence. Heavy checkmark: when approaching someone, enter their space slowly, then pause. This creates a respectful but assertive presence, not a confrontational one. 5. Your voice as body language, the overlooked authority tool. Your voice is part of your body language. Tone, pace, and rhythm communicate more powerfully than words. Heavy checkmark: speak from your diaphragm. This creates a deeper, more authoritative tone. Heavy checkmark: slow your pace. Fast speaking equals nervous. Controlled pace equals confident. Heavy checkmark: vary your tone. A flat voice signals uncertainty. A dynamic voice shows conviction. Heavy checkmark: end sentences with a downward inflection. Not, maybe we should try this? But, we should move forward with this. Downward tone equals certainty. 6. The confident walk, the 3-second rule. People judge confidence the moment you enter a room. Here's how to make that entrance count. Walk at a steady, moderate pace. Keep your chin parallel to the ground. Let your arms swing naturally. Pause before you greet people. Those 3 seconds tell everyone you're someone worth listening to. 7. Dressing is nonverbal strategy. Clothing communicates before you do. Not luxury, not brands, but clarity and intent. Project authority by choosing clean lines, solid colors, clothes that fit well, subtle accessories. Every detail signals something about your discipline, confidence, and attention to professionalism. 8. The hidden habit, breathing for authority. Your breathing always reveals your emotional state. Shallow equals anxious. Deep, steady equals composed. Before a tough conversation, inhale for 4. Hold for 2. Exhale for 6. This calms your nervous system and steadies your presence. Final thought: you don't act confident, you become confident. Authority isn't about pretending. It's about alignment. When your body, voice, and presence match your internal state, people trust you, naturally. Master these principles and you won't just look confident. You'll feel confident, lead confidently, and inspire confidence everywhere you go. Chapter 5. Navigating challenging interactions. How to stay in control, diffuse tension, and turn difficult conversations into opportunities. Every professional will eventually face a tough interaction. An angry client, a skeptical manager, a dismissive colleague, a negotiation that turns heated, or a meeting where the energy suddenly shifts. Most people react instinctively, and those instincts often make things worse. But emotionally intelligent leaders, the ones who close deals, build trust, and earn long-term respect, know how to use body language as a stabilizing force. They understand that in moments of tension your words matter, but your presence matters more. This chapter will teach you how to handle difficult interactions with precision, calm, and authority. By the end, you'll know how to read pressure signals, avoid escalation triggers, and guide conversations back into productive territory. 1. The science of tension, how the body reveals conflict before words do. Most conflict doesn't start with raised voices or harsh statements. It starts with subtle shifts. Shoulders tighten, jaw clenches, breathing quickens, eyes narrow or look away, feet turn toward the exit, hands ball into fists or hide away. These are early warning signs, body language signals that tension is building. If you catch them early, you can redirect the conversation before emotions take over. Heavy checkmark your goal in challenging interactions. Not to dominate, not to overpower, but to de-escalate while maintaining authority. 2. De-escalation through open body language. When someone gets defensive, they're in fight or flight mode. Your job is to signal safety without losing control of the interaction. Heavy checkmark the open triangle stance. Feet shoulder width apart. Chest open. Hands visible. Palms slightly exposed, never hidden. Shoulders relaxed. This posture is powerful because it silently communicates. I'm not here to threaten you, but I'm also not intimidated. Heavy checkmark key behaviors that calm tense situations. Slow, visible breaths. Gentle nods. Steady eye contact, not staring. Controlled movements. A lower, steady voice. Tension responds to energy. If you slow yours, they slow theirs. 3. Avoiding the escalation triggers most people don't realize they use. When conversations get heated, even small gestures can inflame the situation. Crossmark finger pointing. Feels accusatory and aggressive. Crossmark crossing arms. Signals defensiveness or rejection of the other person's views. Crossmark leaning too far forward. Feels confrontational and can cause people to shut down. Crossmark eye rolling, smirking, or tight smiles. Instantly destroy trust and escalate tension. Crossmark interrupting. Tells the other person you're not listening and triggers more aggression. Crossmark blocking gestures. Holding items, notebooks, laptops, coffee cups, in front of your chest creates a barrier that increases emotional distance. Most people do these unconsciously. Eliminate them and you become instantly more persuasive and approachable, even in conflict. 4. Reading signs of disinterest or disengagement, and how to re-engage. Not every difficult interaction is angry. Sometimes the challenge is loss of attention, boredom, or frustration. Here are the signals. Signs of disinterest. They keep glancing at the clock or door. Their feet angle away from you. Their posture collapses. Their eyes glaze over. They stop giving verbal acknowledgments. Heavy checkmark how to gently re-engage. Change your tone, add energy or clarity. Shift your posture slightly forward. Ask a direct, engaging question. Bring the conversation back to their goals or concerns. Disinterest isn't personal. It's an opportunity to regain attention through strategic shifts. 5. When someone becomes aggressive, the 4-stage response. Aggression in business is usually subtle. Interruptions, raised tone, invading personal space, or sharp movements. Here's how to regain control without escalating. Stage 1. Ground yourself. Before reacting externally, stabilize internally. Slow your breathing. Relax your jaw and shoulders. Plant your feet. Keep your voice steady. When your body is calm, it sends a strong message. I will not be pulled into your emotional state. Stage 2. Anchor your posture. Use the neutral power stance. Stand tall. Hands at your sides or lightly clasped. No sudden movements. Chin level. This shows confidence without aggression. Stage 3. Establish boundaries, nonverbal first. If they step forward, you don't step back instantly, just hold your ground. If they raise their voice, you lower yours. This contrast communicates leadership. Stage 4. Redirect with controlled authority. Use calm gestures. One hand open, palm down. Slow, deliberate movements. A steady tone. Say something like, "Let's slow down for a moment so we can find a solution that works for both of us." You're not fighting their energy. You're replacing it with something stronger and calmer. 6. Mirroring, the psychological tool that turns enemies into allies. Mirroring is the subtle art of matching someone's posture, gestures, or tone to create connection. Used wisely, it builds rapport, reduces hostility, increases trust, aligns emotional states. Heavy checkmark how to mirror correctly. Wait 5 to 10 seconds before mirroring a gesture. Keep it subtle. Don't mimic everything. Use it as a pacing tool. If they lean forward, you lean slightly forward. If they slow their speech, you slow yours. If they use open gestures, you reflect them. This creates subconscious harmony and lowers tension. 7. Handling passive aggression and hidden resistance. Passive aggression is more dangerous than direct conflict because it's silent, indirect, and easy to overlook. Signs include forced smiles, tight lips, minimal responses, avoiding eye contact. I'm fine with tense body language. Feet or torso angled away. Heavy checkmark how to address it. Maintain open posture. Use gentle, curious questions. Match your tone to calm the energy. Validate feelings without endorsing negativity. Slowly guide the conversation back to clarity. Your goal isn't to catch them. It's to give them permission to express what they're hiding. 8. The composure principle. Whoever stays calmest leads. Most people believe authority is about force. But in challenging interactions, true power belongs to the calmest person in the room. Calmness is not weakness. Calmness is control. Your body language should communicate. I hear you. I respect you. But I am not shaken. And once someone realizes they cannot destabilize you, their aggression dissolves. 9. Turning the interaction into an opportunity. Every difficult moment is a chance to build trust, strengthen influence, position yourself as a leader, show emotional intelligence, elevate your professional brand. When you navigate conflict with composure, people remember not what was said, but how you made them feel. You become the person they can rely on when things get hard. That is leadership. That is influence. That is mastery of body language in the toughest moments. Chapter 6. Projecting Authority and Confidence. How to command respect, influence decisions, and lead without saying a word. Authority is not always announced. Often it's felt. Before you speak, before you pitch, before you negotiate, people are already forming judgments about your competence, confidence, and credibility. The most influential leaders don't wait until they open their mouths to command respect. They use body language to establish presence instantly. In this chapter, you'll learn how to project authority, confidence, and professional dominance, without arrogance, force, or intimidation. These are the nonverbal strategies used by CEOs, negotiators, top salespeople, and elite public speakers. By the end, you'll know exactly how to walk into any room and have people feel your presence before you say a single word. 1. The anatomy of executive presence. Executive presence isn't about titles, wealth, or seniority. It's the energy that communicates, I belong here. I'm in control. I can lead. Is built on 3 pillars. Heavy check mark 1, gravitas. Calm confidence, steadiness, and emotional control. Your body doesn't fidget, twitch, shrink, or overreact. Heavy check mark 2, communication. Clear, composed, authoritative delivery, supported by facial expressions, posture, and gestures. Heavy check mark 3, appearance. Not fashion, presentation. Grooming, posture, movement, spatial awareness. Your body language is the foundation of all 3. 2. The power pose. Building physiological confidence. This is not hype, it's neuroscience. Certain positions trigger hormonal changes that increase confidence and reduce stress. The famous power pose works because the body and mind are directly connected. Heavy check mark how to execute the power pose, privately before key moments. Feet shoulder width apart. Chest open. Chin level. Hands on hips or arms relaxed by your sides. Shoulders pulled back, not raised. Breathing slow and deep. Stand like this for 1 to 2 minutes before a meeting, interview, or presentation. Results? Cortisol, stress hormone, drops. Testosterone, confidence hormone, increases. Your brain switches to leadership mode. It's a mental reset disguised as a physical stance. 3. Posture. The foundation of authority. Heavy check mark the tall spine principle. Your spine communicates your status more than any other body part. A lifted, elongated posture says confidence, strength, credibility, readiness. A collapsed posture says insecurity, submission, fatigue, lack of influence. Heavy check mark the leadership line posture formula. Head up, neck long, shoulders relaxed and slightly back, core engaged, feet grounded. It's not stiff, it's intentional. This posture instantly signals, I'm someone to take seriously. 4. Mastering eye contact, the silent dominance tool. Eye contact is the strongest nonverbal signal of confidence, but it must be used correctly. Heavy check mark the 50-70 rule. Maintain eye contact 50% of the time when speaking. Maintain eye contact 70% of the time when listening. This balance builds trust, shows confidence, demonstrates focus, avoids intimidation. Heavy check mark avoid these mistakes. Crossmark staring feels aggressive. Crossmark looking down signals insecurity. Crossmark rapid blinking signals anxiety. Crossmark looking away mid-sentence signals uncertainty. Heavy check mark when you want to show dominance. Hold eye contact for 1 extra second after the other person looks away. Not longer. Just 1 second. It subtly signals leadership. 5. The art of deliberate movement. Confident people move with calm precision. Never rushing, never jittery. Heavy check mark use slow, intentional gestures. Smooth arm movements. Open palms. Controlled hand motions. No random fidgeting. Heavy checkmark. Walk with purpose. Your walk should communicate direction, confidence, calm control. Take grounded steps. No shuffling, no rushing, no darting movements. Movement mirrors mindset. Rushed movement equals nervous mind. Deliberate movement equals strong mind. 6. The authority triangle. Face, hands, space. Authority is projected through strategic control of 3 zones. 1. The face, signals of certainty. Confident facial cues include relaxed jaw, subtle upward chin not too high, soft, steady expression. No microexpressions of doubt. Heavy checkmark. The confidence resting face, neutral expression, slightly engaged eyes, relaxed facial muscles, zero tension. 2. The hands, the most powerful nonverbal tools. Your hands amplify your message. Heavy checkmark. Use authority gestures like steepling, fingers touching lightly signals expertise. Open palms when explaining. One-hand gestures to emphasize key points. Crossmark. Avoid hidden hands, hands in pockets, excessive hand waving, clenched fist. Hidden hands equals hidden intentions. Open hands equals trustworthiness plus confidence. 3. Space, how leaders command the room. Confident individuals use space wisely. Heavy checkmark. Stand or sit tall. Heavy checkmark. Take your full seat. Heavy checkmark. Don't shrink. Heavy checkmark. Use open stances. Heavy checkmark. Lean in strategically, only when engaging. People respect those who confidently occupy space. 7. Using your voice as a body language tool. Your voice is body language. Heavy checkmark. Characteristics of an authoritative voice. Calm rhythm, controlled pace, warm yet firm tone, low pitch without forcing it, clear articulation. Heavy checkmark. Voice techniques. Pause before answering. Drop your tone at the end of key points. Slow down under pressure. Use silence as a power tool. Silence used properly is dominance. 8. Projecting authority in virtual settings. Authority online is different, but equally vital. Heavy checkmark. Look directly at the camera, not the screen. This simulates eye contact. Heavy checkmark. Keep your shoulders open. Even on camera, posture communicates mood. Heavy checkmark. Use slightly amplified gestures, because the frame is smaller. Heavy checkmark. Stable head, minimal movement. Shaky head equals anxious energy. Heavy checkmark. Speak with controlled cadence. Rush equals insecurity. A confident virtual presence sets you apart in modern work environments. 9. The confidence loop, how body language reinforces your mindset. Confidence is not only projected, it's created through action. When you stand tall, you think tall. When your movements slow, your mind slows. When you breathe deeply, your decisions sharpen. When you speak deliberately, your credibility increases. Heavy checkmark. Body mind performance opportunity. It's a feedback loop. Your body can literally rewire your self-perception and your professional identity. 10. The ultimate goal, effortless presence. At first, these techniques will feel intentional. Eventually, they'll become automatic, a natural part of your professional identity. Effortless presence means you walk into rooms with quiet confidence. People feel your authority before you speak. Your body reflects calm, certainty, and leadership. You become someone others instinctively trust and follow. This is not about faking confidence. It's about embodying it, physically and mentally, until it becomes your default state. Chapter 7. Navigating challenging interactions, mastering tension, conflict, and high-pressure moments. How leaders stay composed, influence outcomes, and turn difficult exchanges into strategic wins. Every professional journey eventually leads to moments of tension. The uncomfortable negotiations, the tense meetings, the unexpected confrontations, the client who pushes boundaries, the colleague who snaps, or the investor who suddenly becomes cold and distant. While most people fear these moments, high-level leaders and top performers master them. Why? Because difficult interactions are the ultimate test of emotional intelligence and nonverbal communication. The way you respond, not just with your words but with your posture, tone, and micro-behaviors, determines whether the moment escalates, neutralizes, or transforms into an opportunity. This chapter dives deep into how to use body language to stay composed, influence the emotional state of others, and steer any challenging interaction toward a productive direction. 1. The core principle: the calmer body wins the interaction. In every conflict, tension, or high-pressure moment, Dominance and influence rarely go to the loudest voice, but to the calmest nervous system. When you remain physically composed, you think clearer. You make better decisions. You elevate the emotional tone of the entire room. Others subconsciously mirror your calm. You gain control without force. This is why elite negotiators, mediators, and high-ranking leaders rarely show emotional volatility. Heavy checkmark core rule. Never let your body betray your mind. Your external calm protects your internal clarity. 2. De-escalation through body language, disarming tension instantly. When someone becomes aggressive, frustrated, or confrontational, your goal is not to match their energy, it's to absorb and neutralize it. Heavy checkmark use an open neutral stance. Shoulders relaxed, hands visible, palms slightly open, feet grounded, head level, chest open never caved, movements slow. This stance silently communicates, I'm not a threat, but I'm in control. It immediately diffuses tension because the human brain is wired to calm down when sensing non-aggression combined with confidence. Heavy checkmark avoid these escalation triggers. Crossmark pointing. Crossmark crossing arms tightly. Crossmark puffing chest aggressively. Crossmark sudden movements. Crossmark long unbroken staring. Crossmark invading personal space. These amplify conflict and signal aggression. 3. Reading disengagement before it becomes a problem. Not all challenging interactions are heated. Many are silent. The client who grows distant, the coworker who withdraws, the audience that loses interest. Heavy checkmark key disengagement cues include leaning away, turning body slightly to the side, looking down repeatedly, long exhalations, frustration, lack of micronodding, glancing at the door or phone, chin retraction, discomfort. Heavy checkmark how to re-engage instantly. Lean slightly forward. Lower your shoulders. Ask a clarifying question. Reintroduce eye contact gently. Use a warm tone. Deliver a short, direct statement. Example. It looks like something's off. Talk to me. Simple, calm, human. It brings them back. For handling aggressive postures without losing ground. Aggression often comes through body language before words. Raise chin. Forward lean. Tight jaw, hard eyes, fists or stiff hands. Your instinct might be fear or defensiveness, but that only gives the aggressor more power. Heavy checkmark use the confident anchor stance. Feet hip width apart. One foot slightly back for grounding. Hands relaxed and visible. Spine tall. Shoulders down and loose. Breathing slow. This stance communicates, I won't escalate, but I also won't fold. It neutralizes power plays without aggression. Heavy checkmark then use softening techniques. Slow blinks, slight head tilt, open palm gestures, micro nod to show you're listening. These signals calm the other person's nervous system. You maintain your authority while lowering their hostility. 5. Using mirroring strategically, but never surrendering control. Mirroring is powerful. We trust people who resemble us, even subtly. However, during challenging interactions, mindless mirroring can weaken your authority. Heavy checkmark how to mirror with power. Match tempo, not tension. Match posture openness, not aggression. Match breathing pace, not emotional intensity. Example. If someone leans forward aggressively, you don't mirror the aggression. Instead, mirror the forward focus with a controlled, composed lean, signaling engagement without surrender. Heavy checkmark micromirroring rules. Mirror at a delay, 2 to 3 seconds. Mirror only 20 to 30%. Mirror positive cues, not negative ones. This gives the sense of rapport while keeping you in control. 6. Resetting the room, the power of pausing. In high-pressure interactions, silence and stillness are strategic weapons. Heavy checkmark use the 3-second reset. Stop speaking. Pause any movement. Breathe in slowly through nose. Exhale slowly. Continue with calmer energy. This sudden neutrality signals confidence. It also forces the other person to adjust to your pace, effectively resetting the emotional frequency of the conversation. Heavy checkmark elite negotiators use pauses to break emotional escalation, reclaim authority, increase tension strategically, signal that a boundary has been crossed, make their words land harder. The pause is not empty, it's a tool. 7. Defending your boundaries without aggression. Many difficult interactions involve subtle power violations. talking over you, invading space, dismissive gestures, or attempts to dominate. You can defend your boundaries nonverbally without raising your voice. Heavy checkmark use, expansion, instead of confrontation. Sit or stand taller. Broaden your shoulders. Root your feet. Increase personal space subtly. Drop your tone. Slow your gestures. You become bigger, not louder. This communicates, I'm holding my ground. And often that's enough. 8. The 3-level de-escalation ladder. When a situation begins to escalate, follow this sequence. Step 1. Soften the body. Relax shoulders. Open palms. Slow your blink rate. Soften your throat. Loosen jaw muscles. This signals non-threat. Step 2. Anchor your presence. Ground feet. Straighten posture. Slow breathing. Steady eye contact. This signals strength. Step 3. Redirect the emotional flow. Use calm tone. Ask short questions. Reframe the issue. Shift focus to solutions. This signals leadership. You become the emotional guide of the moment. 9. Turning tension into influence. Difficult interactions are not obstacles, they're opportunities. Every moment of conflict or discomfort is a chance to demonstrate composure, inspire confidence, earn respect, show leadership, establish authority, build long-term trust. People remember how you behave when things get tough far more than how you act when everything is easy. Mastering challenging interactions elevates your reputation faster than any skill, degree, or presentation ever could. 10. Final lesson. When you control your body, you control the room. Challenging interactions test your nervous system. Mastering them gives you social power, executive presence, emotional intelligence, influence over group dynamics, respect from peers and superiors, confidence that radiates. The body is not just a messenger, it's a weapon, a shield, and a leadership tool. Chapter 8. Your Body Language Blueprint for Success. How to build unshakable nonverbal mastery, one habit at a time. Mastering body language isn't about memorizing 100 gestures or forcing robotic poses. True mastery comes from building a personal system, a blueprint that trains your body to communicate confidence, clarity, and leadership effortlessly. In this chapter, you'll create that system. You'll learn how to practice, refine, and internalize the most powerful nonverbal habits until they become second nature. No overthinking. No awkwardness. Just automatic influence. 1. Start with awareness, the mirror method. Before you can control your body language, you must first observe it. Most people have no idea what signals they send daily. The nervous fidgeting, the hunched posture, the weak eye contact, the stiff smile, the defensive crossed arms. These habits sabotage authority, but they can be fixed once seen. Exercise. The 3-minute mirror scan. Stand in front of a mirror and observe. Neutral posture. Are your shoulders rounded? Is your chin tucked? Are your arms tense or relaxed? Facial expression. Do you have resting tension? Are your eyebrows raised or tight? Do you look approachable or stressed? Stance and alignment. Is your weight balanced? Are your feet grounded? This is your baseline, your before picture. You will improve from here. 2. Practice the Big 4 confidence signals daily. There are 4 nonverbal signals that instantly communicate leadership in any business situation. These are the non-negotiables. 1. The confident posture. Stand tall. Chest open. Shoulders natural. Spine neutral. Head level. This signals competence before you even speak. 2. The purposeful gaze. Look directly at someone when speaking. Hold eye contact 50% while talking, 70% while listening. Blink slowly, not rapidly. Avoid darting eyes, signals insecurity. 3. The controlled hands. Hands reveal confidence or fear faster than any other body part. Practice. Keep hands visible. Use open gestures. Avoid pocketing hands. Avoid touching your face, signals nervousness. 4. The calm breathing. Your breathing projects your emotional state. Slow breaths equals calm authority. Shallow breaths equals anxiety. Practice taking slow 4-second inhales and 6-second exhales before any meeting or presentation. 3. Build micro-habits, not overhauls. Trying to transform your entire body language at once is overwhelming. Instead, focus on one micro-habit each week. Examples. Week 1. Practice strong posture. Week 2. Improve eye contact ratio. Week 3. Reduce filler gestures. Week 4. Add purposeful movement when speaking. Week 5. Master your resting facial expression. Week 6. Practice calm pacing in conversations. Success is built in layers. By week 6, you'll already look like a new person. 4. Record yourself. The most effective method. Most people avoid recording themselves because it's uncomfortable, but that discomfort is revealing. Record yourself. Giving a short pitch. Delivering an update. Explaining an idea. Answering a tough question. Then review. Ask yourself, do I fidget? Do I smile naturally or force it? Do my eyes wander? Do I look confident or tense? Does my posture shrink or expand? Do I gesture with purpose? Video doesn't lie, but it also accelerates growth faster than any other tool. 5. Learn the art of neutral power. Not every situation needs dominance. Not every situation needs warmth. Most business interactions require neutral power, a balance between confidence and approachability. Neutral power looks like tall posture, relaxed shoulders, soft but consistent eye contact, a slight, approachable smile, open gestures, steady breathing, calm movements. This makes you trustworthy, competent, authoritative, likable, all at once. 6. Prepare pre-meeting rituals. Before any important interaction, pitch, negotiation, interview, presentation, use a 60-second pre-meeting ritual to reset your body language. The 60-second reset. Stand tall. Pull your shoulders back. Take 3 slow breaths. Relax your face. Open your stance. Visualize confidence. You're now activated. This tiny ritual changes your physiology and your presence. 7. Manage your internal state first. Your body language doesn't just reflect your emotions, it also creates them. If you're anxious internally, your body will show it. If you anchor calmness internally, your body will follow. Techniques to control your state. Slow breathing. Grounding your feet. Relaxing your jaw. Visualizing success. Speaking slower. Pausing before responding. Master the internal state, master the external presence. 8. Create your personalized body language plan. Every person needs a customized plan based on their natural tendencies. Step 1. Identify your weaknesses. Examples: weak handshake, inconsistent eye contact, nervous hands, slouching, stiff face, no gestures, rushing speech. Step 2. Choose 3 core habits to fix first. Make them your focus for the next 30 days. Step 3. Track progress weekly. Do I look more confident? Do I feel calmer when speaking? Do people respond differently to me? Step 4. Add new habits gradually. This ensures long-term mastery. 9. Maintain the advantage forever. Body language is not a one-time skill, it's a lifelong competitive advantage. The more you practice, the more confident you'll feel, the more persuasive you'll become, the more respected you'll be, the more leadership opportunities you'll attract. Every room you enter will feel different. People will listen more. Deals will close faster. Your presence will speak before you do. Mastering body language is mastering influence, and mastering influence is mastering your career. Chapter 9. Navigating challenging interactions through nonverbal intelligence. How to stay in control when conversations get tense, emotional, or high stakes. Every business professional eventually faces difficult interactions, tense negotiations, defensive colleagues, disengaged clients, or even outright aggressive personalities. What separates effective leaders from everyone else is not just what they say in these moments, but the nonverbal mastery they apply under pressure. In this chapter, you'll learn how to use body language to de-escalate conflict, reclaim control, re-engage drifting attention, and protect your authority when things get tense. This is where true mastery shows. 1. The power of calm dominance in high-stress moments. When a conversation gets heated, most people do one of 2 things. Retreat, shrink their posture, avoid eye contact, fold their arms. Clash, tense up, raise their chin, lean forward aggressively. Both responses weaken your influence. The real power move is a third option. Calm dominance, a presence that signals, I'm in control. I'm not threatened. We can solve this. How to embody calm dominance. Heavy checkmark, keep your shoulders relaxed. Not rolled forward, not stiff. Heavy checkmark, maintain steady, slow breathing. Heavy checkmark, keep a grounded stance, feet hip-width apart. Heavy checkmark, hold a neutral, composed facial expression. Heavy checkmark, maintain measured eye contact, not staring, not avoiding. This creates psychological stability in the room. You become the anchor, and people respond to your stability. 2. The de-escalation formula: open, lower, slow. When tension rises, use this 3-part nonverbal strategy to calm the situation instantly. 1. Open your body. Move from closed to open posture. Uncross arms. Unclench fists. Turn your torso toward the person. Unblock your hands from pockets or desk edges. Why it works: open posture communicates safety, which encourages the other person to mirror it. 2. Lower your movements. Slowly lowering your hands, shoulders, or voice tone triggers relaxation in others. This works because humans subconsciously mirror perceived emotional states. Lower, calmer, safer. 3. Slow your pace. Speak slower. Blink slower. Move slower. Pause more intentionally. When you slow down, you take control of the emotional tempo of the conversation. Fast equals anxious. Slow equals confident. This trio alone can dissolve 70% of business tension before any words are exchanged. 3. Reading signs of disinterest, resistance, and withdrawal. Not all challenging interactions are explosive. Some are subtle, and even more dangerous. A client drifting away. A colleague mentally checking out. A decision maker losing interest. A stakeholder silently resisting your idea. Your job is to catch these signals early. Key signs of disinterest: looking at the phone or watch. Feet pointed toward the exit. Torso leaning back or angled away. Lack of head nods. Reduced blink rate. Minimal facial expression. Closed gestures, arms folded, hands hidden. How to re-engage instantly. Heavy checkmark, shift your energy. Sit up, lean slightly forward. Heavy checkmark, reintroduce movement with your hands. Heavy checkmark, change the tone or pace of your voice. Heavy checkmark, ask a question that requires thought. Heavy checkmark, use a prop, diagram, device, example. Heavy checkmark, invite their perspective. What's your take on this part? The moment you see withdrawal, take action. Silence kills deals. Disengagement kills influence. 4. Handling aggressive postures without losing authority. Aggression in business doesn't always mean shouting. Sometimes it's hidden behind subtle power moves. Leaning in aggressively. Pointing fingers. Towering over you. Placing objects between you. Invading your space. Sharp eye contact. Chin raised high. Hands pressed firmly on the table. The instinctive reaction is to either shrink or fight back. But both responses give power away. The solution: neutralize, stabilize, redirect. 1. Neutralize the aggression. Take a slow breath. Straighten your spine. Keep your chin level. Relax your face. Uncross your arms. This signals: I'm not intimidated. 2. Stabilize the environment. Without mirroring their aggression, subtly match their energy intensity, not the posture. If they lean in aggressively, you lean in lightly and confidently. If they raise their voice, you hold firm with a calm tone. This signals: I can handle you. 3. Redirect the interaction. Use open gestures, palms visible, and guide the conversation back to facts, goals, or solutions. Say less. Move less. Control more. 5. Using strategic mirroring to build trust in tense situations. Mirroring is one of the most powerful psychological tools. When used correctly, it builds rapport, reduces defenses, and reinforces connection. But in tense interactions, you must use mirroring strategically and lightly, otherwise it comes off as mocking. Smart mirroring includes matching their pace of speech, slightly echoing their posture, adopting a similar rhythm of nodding, aligning your emotional tone. Mirroring communicates: you're understood, you're heard, you're not alone in this. People relax when they feel validated. 6. When someone challenges you publicly, nonverbal power moves. In meetings or presentations, someone may challenge you to assert their own influence. How you respond nonverbally will determine whether you appear threatened or authoritative. Power move number 1. Pause before responding. A 1 to 2 second pause emits intelligence, confidence, and emotional control. Power move number 2. Turn your torso fully toward them. This shows you're addressing the challenge head-on. Power move number 3. Keep your shoulders low and relaxed. High shoulders equals insecurity. Relaxed shoulders equals dominance. Power move number 4, maintain slow, direct eye contact. Not a stare, but steady, intentional. Power move number 5, ground your feet. Plant them. Do not shift or shuffle. This signals, I'm unshakable. 7. Leading tense meetings with presence and authority. High-stakes meetings require a different level of body language discipline. Before the meeting. Heavy checkmark, take 3 slow breaths. Heavy checkmark, adopt an expansive stance. Heavy checkmark, keep your spine tall. Heavy checkmark, envision yourself controlling the room. During the meeting. Use stillness strategically, it communicates authority. Use gestures only when emphasizing key points. Keep your voice measured. Maintain broad, calm posture. Make eye contact with the entire room. Move only when transitioning between ideas. Sit slightly forward to show engagement. After the meeting. End with a controlled close. Sit back gradually. Relax your hands. Offer a slow nod. Maintain a composed expression. This signals confidence long after you stop speaking. 8. When tension is silent, trust the signals you see, not the words you hear. Some of the most dangerous conflicts are unspoken. People may say, I'm fine. Sure, that works. No worries. It's okay. But their bodies tell the truth. Signs of silent tension. Tight lips. Hard blinking. Rigid posture. Limited head movement. Sudden quietness. Tight jaw. Rapid foot tapping. When words and body language contradict each other, trust the body. Your job in these moments is to gently open space for real communication. Is there anything that doesn't sit right yet? Tell me what would make this feel like a win for you. Chapter 10, Your Body Language Blueprint for Lifelong Influence. How to integrate, practice, and master nonverbal power for the rest of your career. Mastering body language isn't a one-time achievement. It's a lifelong skill, a continuous evolution, just like leadership, communication, and influence itself. Everything you've learned so far has prepared you for this final step. Building a personal blueprint that makes powerful body language your natural default every single day. This chapter will guide you through the habits, exercises, and mindset shifts that lock these skills into your identity, so you no longer try to look confident. You simply are. 1. Influence begins with self-awareness, seeing yourself clearly. Most people have no idea how they look, how they sound, or how they show up in a room. You cannot master what you cannot observe. Start with these self-awareness tools. A video feedback sessions. Record yourself during meetings, presentations, sales calls, practice conversations. You'll notice unconscious fidgeting, surprising facial expressions, posture problems, lack of eye contact, nervous movements you never felt. Video never lies, and that's why it's the greatest tool for improvement. A mirror conditioning. Stand in front of a mirror daily and rehearse. Confident posture. Neutral facial expressions. Calm breathing. Power stances. Open gestures. This builds muscle memory, the secret to making confidence automatic. Emotional triggers log. Track moments when your body language collapses. When challenged. When criticized. When embarrassed. When pressured. When uncertain. Identify the trigger, identify the body reaction, replace it with the correct behavior. Mastery begins with awareness. 2. Reprogramming your default posture and presence. Your posture creates your emotional state. Your emotional state shapes your communication. Your communication determines your influence. To control the outcome, you must control the input. Rebuild your natural posture with these fundamentals. Heavy checkmark, feet planted firmly. Stability communicates certainty. Heavy checkmark, chest open. Signals confidence and authority. Heavy checkmark, shoulders relaxed. Radiates calmness. Heavy checkmark, chin level. The universal mark of leadership. Heavy checkmark, slow breathing. The anchor of emotional control. Heavy checkmark, neutral facial expression. Neither tense nor blank. Practice this throughout the day until it becomes your default state. In elevators, walking into rooms, entering meetings, or sitting at your desk. Presence is built through repetition. 3. The daily body language drills of high-influence leaders. Just like athletes train their bodies, communicators train their nonverbal presence. Here are elite-level daily drills to hardwire influence into your identity. 1. The 2-minute power stance. Stand with feet wide, chest open, Hands on hips or relaxed at sides. Hold for 2 minutes every morning. This reduces cortisol and boosts your dominance hormones. 2. The controlled breath mastery exercise. Practice slow, deep breaths. For seconds inhale. 6 seconds exhale. Shoulders relaxed. Jaw unclenched. Do this before every meeting. This single habit will make your presence dramatically calmer and more authoritative. 3. The eye contact triangle technique. During conversations, alternate between the person's left eye, right eye, mouth, smoothly. This prevents staring while keeping presence strong. It creates trust, warmth, and confidence simultaneously. 4. The gesture awareness drill. Speak for 60 seconds while watching your hand movements. Are my gestures controlled? Do they match my message? Am I fidgeting? Are my hands hidden or visible? Hand visibility equals honesty. Hand control equals authority. 5. The intentional entry technique. Every time you walk into a room, practice. Straight spine. Controlled pace. Soft but present eye contact. Neutral expression. Shoulders down. How you enter determines how others perceive you before you speak a single word. 4. Building the habit of reading people accurately. Your success depends not only on projecting confidence, but also on understanding what others are thinking without them saying it. Train this skill daily by observing. Heavy checkmark people in meetings. Heavy checkmark strangers in public. Heavy checkmark body shifts when decisions are mentioned. Heavy checkmark microexpressions during disagreements. Heavy checkmark changes in posture when emotions shift. Heavy checkmark foot direction during negotiations. Heavy checkmark eye movement when questions get tough. Treat the world like a practice ground. You'll start noticing patterns others never see. Eventually, you'll read emotions and intentions with stunning accuracy. 5. The nonverbal leadership model. Command without force. Leadership is not about volume. It's not about dominance. It's not about intimidation. The most powerful leaders communicate authority through stillness, patience, controlled gestures, calm voice, open posture, strategic pauses. Stillness is power. Control is power. Silence is power. When others rush, you slow down. When others shrink, you expand. When others react, you respond with precision. This is the body language of true authority. 6. Mastering high-stakes situations. Your blueprint for pressure. Pressure exposes your true habits, so you must train for it. Before big presentations. Heavy checkmark power breathing. Heavy checkmark open torso. Heavy checkmark strong grounded stance. Heavy checkmark preview the room if possible. During high-stakes negotiations. Heavy checkmark lean slightly forward, not back. Heavy checkmark keep gestures controlled. Heavy checkmark maintain consistent eye contact. Heavy checkmark mirror emotional tone, not posture. Heavy checkmark watch for signs of deception or hesitation. When facing confrontation. Heavy checkmark keep your shoulders loose. Heavy checkmark do not break eye contact first. Heavy checkmark avoid sudden movements. Heavy checkmark lower your hands and voice. Heavy checkmark use slow, steady gestures. Pressure is where your training pays off. This is where competence becomes influence. 7. Your personalized body language growth plan. To make this practical, here's a blueprint you can implement immediately. Step 1. Identify your weakest area. Examples. Posture collapses when stressed. Too much fidgeting. Weak eye contact. Nervous facial expressions. Poor spatial awareness. Choose one at a time. Step 2. Choose a daily drill. Practice it for 7 days straight. Track your improvement. Step 3. Audit real-life interactions. Record or reflect on daily conversations. Note improvements or setbacks. Step 4. Expand your mastery. After you improve one area, move to the next. Power presence. Reading others. Emotional control. Authority under pressure. Engagement techniques. Conflict navigation. Master each one layer by layer. 8. The continuous advantage. Body language as a lifetime asset. Most communication skills fade when people stop practicing. Body language doesn't, because it becomes part of who you are. Once you develop a powerful posture, a calm presence, a confident gaze, controlled gestures, emotional stability, strategic awareness, silent influence, it becomes effortless. You walk differently. You speak differently. You lead differently. You negotiate differently. You command rooms differently. People take you more seriously. They trust you faster. They follow you naturally. They listen to you deeply. Because your presence alone communicates. This is someone worth paying attention to.